So one of my great theological friends is C.S. Lewis, actually, who I'm convinced that if he didn't die so young, he would be a Catholic. He was on his way. I kind of put him in the same boat as like G.K. Chesterton and those kind of guys who converted and discovered the beauty of the church, but that's just my opinion. But I think it's a widespread opinion in the theological world that he is in a lot of ways a prophet. The things that he says and the books that he wrote are just so true. When you read them, you're just like, this is true. There's no other way about it. When I was a freshman in college, before I entered seminary, I found Mere Christianity at a Barnes & Noble one night, and I looked it up, and I was trying to read it, and it was pretty deep language, and I kind of set it aside. I was like not really interested in that. But then I picked it up again once I started studying philosophy, and it was like, I don't know, it was like candy. It was just, I couldn't stop reading it. And by the end of that book, I was utterly convinced of everything that the church teaches, that, who is God? First of all, of course, I was convinced already that God is real, but that God is a part of my life. And I think that is really the kernel of what C.S. Lewis is trying to say, especially through books like the Mere Christianity, the Screwtape Letters, The Great Divorce, that God is utterly huge. God is this magnificent kind of being. He is being itself. God is a great relational figure. He wants to have a relationship with us, but that God at the heart of it is utterly practical. That God wants something from us, and that's our love for him, because he loves us and he wants to be kind of with us in all things. And so he desires that kind of union with us. And C.S. Lewis really understood that. And for me, I'm trying to work through all of his books. That's my goal, is to read all of his books before I'm ordained. So I'm doing pretty well so far. But every book I pick up, it's just amazing, whether it's a kind of a funny book like the Screwtape Letters, which its subject matter is not really all that funny. It's true, it talks about our sinfulness, but the way he presents it is just so incredible. Or if it's a more philosophical book like The Abolition of Man, everything that he has to say is just so utterly practical for your spiritual life, because it's talking about a God who is utterly practical, who is relational to you, who wants something from you, which is a relationship, a beautiful relationship that will last forever.